Hello dear students, welcome to the first part of chapter 1 number system. Students, this is the first video of mathematics of your class. Okay, and how you will get the videos of your class, you have to go to the channel Divine Public School Mahanapur Gorakhpur, and after that you have to select the playlist. And one more thing, you have to select the playlist of this session. Okay, when you will select the playlist of this session, so you will get all the latest videos. Okay, latest video means the videos of this session. Okay, so let us start the chapter 1, that is your number system. Basically in this chapter, students, you will be introduced by all kinds of number, okay, which are categorized on the basis of their speciality, on the basis of their property. Okay, so firstly we will try to know, we will see some basic concept of this chapter, means some definitions, some type of numbers we will see. Okay, and after that we will summarize that how a classification of number is there. Okay, so the first heading, the first type of number that we will study is natural numbers. So what are natural numbers? So we always say that the counting numbers are known as natural numbers. Okay, counting numbers, see, whenever we start to count anything, any objects, okay, so we always start from 1, we do not start from 0. Okay, suppose we have to count number of students in the class, so we always start from 1, that is 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on, like this. So what we say about the natural numbers, we say that the numbers starting from 1, the counting number starting from 1, okay, till infinity is known as counting numbers. This is what? This is the sign of set, where we used to put where we used to collect all the same type of numbers. Okay, so basically in the set of natural numbers, the numbers are like 1, 2, 3 and so on till infinity. Okay, after that, see, these are the definition that you have studied in your previous classes also, so you can relate that. Okay, whole numbers. What are whole numbers? So what we say about whole numbers, we say that if we include 0 together with counting numbers, if we include 0 together with counting numbers, then we get the collection, we get the set of whole numbers. So basically the whole numbers are starting from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on till infinity. Okay, so it is very simple. Natural numbers start from 1, counting numbers 1, 2, 3 and so on till infinity. And if we talk about the whole numbers, so whole numbers are what? Whole number, or the only difference is what? That it is start from 0. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on till infinity. So this set will be known as whole number. Okay, after that we see that what is even numbers. Okay, this is very easy. You all know that the numbers which are divisible by, completely divisible by, the numbers which are divisible by 2 are known as even numbers. Okay, for example 2, 4, 6 and so on, this type of numbers are known as what? Even numbers. Okay, so the numbers which are completely divisible by 2 are known as even numbers, and the examples are like 2, 4, 6 and so on. Okay, after that we can see that what are odd numbers. So odd numbers, the numbers which are not divisible by 2. It means whenever you will divide any number by 2, and if the remainder is coming 1, then that type of number will be known as what? Odd numbers. For example, 1, 3, 5, 7 and so on. These are the example of what? Odd numbers. Okay. So students, once again I am telling you that what are natural numbers? The counting numbers are known as natural numbers. The examples you can see in the collection of natural numbers, these start from 1, 2, 3 and so on till infinity. So this is a collection of natural numbers. Okay. What are whole numbers? If we include 0 together with counting number, then this collection will be known as what? This collection will be known as whole numbers. Okay. After that, what are even numbers? The even number, the numbers which are completely divisible by 2. Okay, this type of numbers are known as even numbers. And odd number, the number which are not divisible by 2, are known as odd numbers. Okay, so if you want to note it down, just note it down. Now students, let us see that what are integers. Basically it is denoted by capital Z. Okay, so integers are what? Till now what we have studied? Till now we have studied about natural numbers starting from 1, counting numbers. Okay, whole numbers starting from 0, and then we have studied about even number and odd number. Okay, so what are integers? So see, counting numbers, in the definition of integers, what we say, counting number with positive and negative signs, counting numbers with positive and negative signs together with 0, are known as integers. So what type of numbers are there in the collection of integers? The numbers are like 0, then counting number with positive sign, that is 1, 2, 3 and so on till infinity. Okay, and counting number with negative signs. So counting number with negative signs means what? -1, -2, -3 and so on till minus infinity. Okay, this is minus infinity and this is positive infinity. So this whole collection is known as integers. Okay, once again you have to understand that what is the definition of integers, how we can define integers. Counting numbers with positive and negative signs, together with 0 are known as integers. Okay, so we can categorize these integers into 3 parts. This part, okay, will be positive integers. This part will be what? Positive integers. Okay, this is positive integers. And this part is your negative integers. This part is negative integers. So if I have divided this whole collection into 3 parts, basically it is 3 parts. One part is positive integer, one part is negative integer. Then what is 0? 0 is what? 0 is positive or negative. If someone asks you that 0 is what kind of number, 0 is positive or negative, so you will simply say that 0 is neither a positive number nor a negative number. It is what? It is neutral. It is neutral. Okay, so from the definition of integers, we can divide it into 2 parts. One is positive integers, and in the collection of positive integers, you can say that the counting numbers are there. Counting numbers with positive sign. The second part is negative integers. We can denote it by Z minus. Okay, and in the collection of negative integers, we can say that infinity, minus infinity, -3, -2, -1. Okay, like this. And the third part is 0, and 0 is what? 0 is neutral. Okay, so students, just pause the video and note it down, whatever it is written on the board. Now coming to the next heading, students, the next heading is what? Rational number, and it is represented by Q. Okay, Q means what? Quotient. So in the previous classes also you have studied the whole chapter related to rational number. What definition you have studied there? We have studied that a number which can be represented, a number which can be represented in the form of P by Q. Okay, a number which can be represented in the form of P by Q, where Q is not equal to 0, are known as rational number. Okay, so the type of number which can be represented in the form of P by Q. P by Q means where P is numerator and Q is denominator. Okay, for example, if 2 by 3 is written, then it is what? It is a rational number. The only condition is there that the denominator should not be equal to 0. This denominator should not be equal to 0. Means if the number is like this, then it will not be a rational number. Okay, so all the numbers which can be represented in the form of P by Q, where Q should not be equal to 0, then this type of number is known as rational number. Okay, 2 is what? Rational or not? So 2 is also a rational number because you can represent it by as 2 upon 1. 0 is what? 0 is rational number or not? So 0 is rational number because you can represent it by 0 upon 1 or 0 upon 2. The resultant value will be what? 0. Okay, see students, just remember one thing. Whenever you will divide any number by 0, like this. Okay, whenever you will divide any number by 0, so this is undefined in mathematics, which we use to symbolize it by infinity. Okay, whenever this is known as what? Infinity. Means this type of number is undefined in mathematics. Okay, so we used to say that it is infinite or it is undefined. Okay, and whenever 0 is divided by any number, then this will result as 0. Okay, then result will be what? 0. So remember that whenever 0 is divided by any number, the result will be 0, and whenever any number is divided by 0, then this is what? This is undefined. This is what? This is undefined. This is why in the definition it is said that a number which can be represented in the form of P by Q, where Q should not be equal to 0. If Q is equal to 0, then the number will be undefined. Okay, because we cannot divide any number by 0. Okay, so this is the main definition, that a number which can be divided in the form of P by Q, where Q should not be equal to 0. Okay, one more thing we can say, that P and Q should be integers. P and Q should be integers. Okay, and one more thing we can say about rational numbers, that P and Q should have the highest common factor as 1. What does it mean that P and Q should have the highest common factor as 1? It means that suppose if the number is like this, that 2 upon 4. So is it a rational number? Is it a proper rational number? No, it is not a proper rational number, because it can be simplified, it can be more simplified, and the more simplified form is what? 1 by 2. Okay, so it means that P and Q should have the highest common factor as 1. Okay, means the number should be in its simplest form. The number should be in its simplest form. Like if I will write that 8 upon 12. Okay, just factorize this 8, you will get what? 2 into 2 into 2. Factorize this 12, you will get what? 2 into 2 into 3. So you can see that what are the numbers common here? 2, 2, and here also 2, 2. But in the definition of rational number, we have said that it should have highest common factor as 1. Means इसका और कोई common factor नहीं होना चाहिए. So what we will say here, that this is not a proper rational number. What will be the proper rational number? If 2 and 2 will be cancelled out, and 2 by 3 is left, so this is proper rational number. Okay, so remember these two things also about rational number. Okay, generally about rational number only this definition is told to you, but you should remember these 2 points also, that P and Q should be integers, and P and Q should have the highest common factor as 1. What are integers? I am just explaining it. Okay, after studying about rational number and irrational number, we will see that what are integers. Just pause the video and note it down. Now the next heading is an irrational number. Okay, so what are irrational numbers? As we have studied the definition of rational number, that all the numbers which can be written in the form of P by Q, okay, then that type of number is known as irrational number. In the same manner, we can say that the numbers which cannot be represented in the form of P by Q, okay, where Q should not be equal to 0, is known as irrational numbers. Okay, one more definition I will tell you here. Okay, but that definition I will explain about that definition later on when we will see the categorization of decimal. Okay, so the other definition is what? The number which are, or you can say like this, that the decimals which are non-repeating, non-terminating are known as irrational numbers. Okay, so this definition is clear to you, that the number which cannot be represented in the form of P by Q, okay, that numbers are known as irrational number. You can see the examples also. Okay, example is like under root 2, under root 3. Okay, this type of number are irrational numbers. And here, okay, firstly let us understand about decimals, then we can understand this definition easily. Okay, so students, how we can categorize decimals? Decimals. Okay, so remember that decimals are of two types. decimals are of two types. One is terminating and the other one is non-terminating. Okay, one is terminating and the other one is non-terminating. The non-terminating part will be further categorized into two parts. Okay, the first part is known as repeating, or the other name is recurring decimal. Okay, repeating or recurring. And this one is what? Non-repeating or non-recurring. Okay, now let us understand that what are these type of decimals. So decimals are of two types, one is terminating and one is non-terminating. Terminating decimals means what? The example for terminating decimal like this, that 0.2, 0.125, okay, means the kind of decimals which will get terminated after few places of decimal. That type of decimal are known as what? Terminating decimal. Okay, you can see that this type of decimal, or you can see like this, that this type of decimal which are getting terminate after few places of decimal are known as what? Are known as terminating decimal. So these are the examples of terminating decimal. Okay, now what are repeating type of decimal? The other part of decimal is non-terminating. Terminating means the decimals which are getting terminate after few places of decimal. So is just opposite of it will be what? Non-terminating, means the type of decimal which do not get terminate after few places of decimal, means it will never terminate. Okay, that will never terminate. So that type of decimal are known as non-terminating. Okay, so this non-terminating type of decimal can be divided into two parts. One is repeating. Repeating means the type of decimal like 2.3333 and so on. See, this type of decimal is neither it is terminating, okay, it is not terminating. So if it is not terminating but it is repeating, na, see, you can see that 2.3333 and so on. So it is not terminating but it is repeating. So this type of decimal are known as repeating or recurring. Okay, few more examples we can see of repeating or recurring, like 1.252525 and so on. This is the example of repeating or recurring type of non-terminating decimal. Okay, and in short, how we can represent this type of decimal? We can represent it like 1.25 bar. Okay, the bar shows, the bar is on the numbers, on the digits 25. It means the digits 252525 is repeating. Okay, if it is written like 0.313 bar, okay, then what does it mean? The decimals will be like 0.313, 313, 313 and so on, like this. Okay, so these are the examples of repeating or recurring, okay, type of non-terminating decimal, where after the decimal, okay, after the decimal some digits will be repeated. Okay, some digits will be repeated, like if it is written like 0.12 but 5 bar. Okay, so what does it mean if it is written 0.12 5 bar? So bar is only on the digit 5 na, so only the digit 5 will be repeated. Okay, so this type of number means what? 0.12555 and so on. Okay, so this type of number is known as repeating or recurring. The second part of non-terminating is what? Non-repeating or non-recurring. So as it is clear from its name that it is non-repeating or non-recurring, it means the number like 0.1253716298 means it is not repeating or and non-terminating also. Okay, it is not repeating, see, no digit is repeating. Okay, and it is non-terminating also. So this type of decimal are known as non-terminating, non-repeating decimal. Okay, now one more thing, the type of decimal which are terminating. Okay, terminating means the decimals which are getting terminated after few places, okay, of decimal point. That so this type of decimal which are terminating, it can be changed into the form of p by q. Like if it is written 0.5, so we can represent it into the form of p by q. How we can represent it? At the place of decimal we will write 1, and after the digits, after the decimal, one digit was there, so 10 will be, we will put here, so it will be 5 upon 10, it means 1 upon 2. So this is how we can change a terminating type of decimal into the form of p by q. Okay, means what I am saying, that terminating type of decimal can simply change into the form of p by q. Okay, and if it can be written in the form of p by q, it means that it is a rational number. Okay, so basically this type of, the terminating type of decimal can be changed into the form of p by q. That is why it is a rational number. Okay, and we will do some questions that how we can change the repeating type of non-terminating decimal into the form of p by q. Okay, we will do some questions later on. Okay, but here you have to know that this type of number can also be changed into the form of p by q. So if it can also be changed into the form of p by q, means it is also a rational number. Okay, so this is a rational number, this is a rational number, but this type of number cannot be changed into the form of p by q. So this is what these type of numbers are, irrational numbers. So I have written this definition, that the decimals which are non-repeating, non-terminating are known as irrational number. This definition comes from here. Okay, this can be changed into the form of p by q, so it is rational number, and we can say that it is a rational number. This can also be changed into the form of p by q, but this type of number cannot be changed into the form of p by q. So this is rational, but it is what? It is an irrational number. Okay, so in the definition of irrational number we can use it. Okay, and this is and I have used that concept, that the decimals which are non-repeating, non-terminating are known as irrational numbers. Okay, now students, you can pause the video and note it down. Yes, you have to also write it also. Okay, by a flow chart you have to write that the decimals are of two types. Okay, and this is the examples that you will write just below this part, and this example you will write just below this part. Okay, now note it down. So till now what definitions we have studied? We have studied about, I'm just revising it. Okay, so we have studied about natural numbers, that are counting numbers. Okay, counting numbers start from 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on till infinity. Whole numbers, if we include 0 with the natural numbers, that will be your whole numbers, that is 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. After that we have studied about even numbers. The number which are divisible by 2 are known as even numbers. The number which are not divisible by 2 are what? Are odd numbers. After that we have studied the integers. Integers means what? The counting numbers with positive signs, negative signs together with 0 are known as integers. Positive integers, in the collection of positive integers the numbers was 1 2 3 and so on till positive infinity. Then in the negative integers the number are -1 -2 -3 and so on till negative infinity, and then 0 is a neutral number. After that we have studied the rational numbers. About the rational number I have told you that the numbers which can be written in the form of p by q, where q should not be equal to 0, and two important points I have told you, that p and q should be integers, and the second one is what, p and q should have the highest common factor as 1, means the number which are written in the form of p by q, that should be in the simplest form, so that will be the perfect rational number. Okay, after that we have studied about irrational number. So about irrational number I have told you the definition, that the number which cannot be written in the form of p by q, okay, where q should not be equal to 0. And the second definition I have told you, that the decimals which are non-terminating, non-repeating are irrational numbers. Okay, so and then I have told you about the categorization of decimal, that decimal are of two types: terminating decimal, non-terminating decimal. Non-terminating decimal can further divided into two parts. One is repeating type of decimal, one is non-repeating type of non-terminating decimal. Okay, the terminating type of decimal can be changed into the form of p by q, so that will be rational number. The repeating but non-terminating type of decimal can also be changed into the form of p by q. Okay, so that will also be a rational number. But the non-terminating, non-repeating type of decimal cannot be changed into the form of p by q, so that will be your irrational number. Okay, so now students will see some more definition, like prime numbers. Prime numbers. So what is the definition of prime numbers? Prime numbers means the numbers which are having only two factors. The numbers which are having only two factors, 1 and the number itself. Okay, so basically this is the definition of prime number. Prime numbers are what? Prime numbers, the numbers which are having only two factors. And what are the factors? 1 and the number itself. Like if we see the examples of prime number, so we will see that 2 is the prime number, 3 is the prime number. Okay, 5 is also prime number, and 7 is also prime number. Okay, 11 is also prime number, this type of number. And what are the speciality of this type of number? Okay, if you will factorize this 2, you will get 1 into 2. If you will factorize this 3, you will get 1 into 3. If you will factorize this 5, you will get 1 into 5. You will factorize 7, you will get 1 into 7, 1 into 11. Means the numbers which are having only two factors. Okay, 1 and the number itself. You can see that in the factors of 2, 1 is there and the number itself is there. In the factorization of 3, 1 is there and 3, the number itself. 1 is there and the number itself. Okay, like this. So these are the examples of prime number. 9 is what? 9 is prime or not? The number 9 is prime or not? When you will factorize it, you will see in the factorization you will get 1, 3. Okay, 3. 1 into 3 into 3. Or what are the factors of this 9? 1 is the factor of this 9, 3 is the factor of this 9, 9 is the factor of this 9. Okay, means this is against this definition, that there should only be two factors. Okay, but here more than two factors are there, 1, 3 and 9. Okay, So you have to remember that whenever you will get only two factors, then the number will be prime number. If you are getting more than two factors, then the number will not be a prime number. Okay, so this is the definition and these are the examples. Now composite numbers. Composite numbers. What are composite numbers? Just opposite of the prime number. If a number is not prime, okay, you can see the definition of composite number is what? The numbers which are having more than two factors are known as composite number. Composite number. Okay, for example 4 is what? 4 is in the factor of 4, you can see 1 is there, 2 is there, 4 is also there. So 4 is what? It is having more than two factors. Okay, like 1, 2 and 4. So that is what? That is a composite number. Okay, and also you can see 6 is what? 1, 2, 3, 6. All these are the factors of this 6. So this is also a composite number. Okay, 9 is also a composite number. So these type of numbers which are having more than two factors are known as composite numbers. Okay, so the example of this composite number is 4, 6, 9 and so on. Okay, so these are the examples of composite number. Okay, the smallest composite number is what? What is the smallest? What is the 2 points I will tell you here. What is the smallest composite number? What is the smallest composite number? So you can see, if we talk about 1, that 1 is prime or composite, so we can see that for prime it needs only two factor, means two factor is must. Okay, but the number 1 is not having the two factors, that is why it will not be a prime number. Okay, for composite number the number should have more than two factors, so the number 1 cannot be a composite number also. Okay, so 1 is what? 1 is neither a prime number nor a composite number. This point you have to remember. I will make you write also, but here we talk about that what is the smallest composite number. So 1 is what? 1 is neither prime nor composite. 2 is what? 2 is prime. 3 is what? 3 is prime. 4 is what? 4 is composite number. Okay, so the smallest composite number is 4. If someone asks you that what is smallest odd composite number, what is the smallest odd composite number? So you will tell the smallest odd composite number is what? 9. You can see that 4 is a composite number, after that 6 is composite number, after that 9 is composite number, and in these three, which is the odd number? The odd composite number is 9. So the smallest odd composite number is what? 9. Okay, and the third point that I have told you, that 1 is neither prime number nor composite number. Okay, and one more thing about this prime number, okay, is important. What? That 2 is only an even prime number. Okay, so in the collection of prime number, only the number 2 is there, which is even as well as it is prime also. Okay, so students, after writing these two definition, you should write these note point also. Okay, just note it down. Pause the video, note it down. Now the next heading is what? Next heading is co-prime numbers. Okay, so what are co-prime numbers? Okay, so what we say in the definition of co-prime numbers, the numbers which are written in the form of ordered pair. Okay, what is ordered pair? I'm just telling you. Okay, the numbers which are written in the ordered pair and having their highest common factor as 1. Okay, the numbers which are written in the form of ordered pair and having their highest common factor as 1. Okay, for example, if the numbers are written 2, 5, okay, so you can see that when you will factorize this 2, okay, or you can when you will see the factors of 2, so what you will get the factors of 2? 1 and 2, or you can factorize it to 1 into 2, and when you will factorize this 5, so what you will get? 1 into 5. So you can see other than 1 no number is common there. It means its highest common factor means HCF is 1. And this type of number, when it is written in the bracket like this, so this type of number is known as, or that this form of this representation of number is known as ordered pair. Okay, so basically this number 2, 5 is written in ordered pair. Okay, this representation is known as ordered pair. One more example I want to give you. Suppose any number is there 3, 7. Okay, 3, 7. When you will factorize this 3, what you will get? You will get 1 into 3. When you will factorize this 7, what you will get? 1 into 7. Other than 1, okay, no number is common there. It means its highest common factor is 1. Okay, so that will be co-prime number. Okay, co-prime numbers. If I will say that it is written 2 and 8, so when you will factorize this 2, you will get 1 into 2. When you will factorize this 8, what you will get? 1 into 2 into 2 into 2. Okay, so you can see that other than 1, 2 is also common now. That means here highest common factor will be changed. So if highest common factor will be other than 1, then it will not be a co-prime number. Okay, so in the example of co-prime number, you will write only this type, the type of number which will have only common factor as 1. Okay, like this. So these are the examples of highest common factors. Okay, note it down, students. Now the next heading is what? Real numbers. So what are real numbers, students? So about real numbers, what we say, that all the numbers which can be represented or which can be shown, okay, which can be represented or which can be shown on the number line, are known as real numbers. Okay, So about real numbers, what we say that all the numbers which can be shown on the number line or which can be represented on the number line are real numbers. Okay, basically what are real numbers? All the types of numbers that we have studied today, okay, means the natural number, natural numbers, whole numbers, even number, odd number, prime number, composite number, rational number, irrational number, okay, co-prime number, all these type of number are what? Are rational numbers, because all that numbers can be shown on the number line. Okay, and after this topic we will see in the next part we will see how we can summarize all the numbers in one flow chart, and after that we will see that how we can represent that type of numbers on the number line. Okay, so rational number can be represented on the number line, you have studied in the previous classes. Here we will revise that also, and how irrational numbers can be represented on a number line. This topic is important for this session, okay, for this class, for 9th. Okay, so that we will see also. Here you will write that all the numbers which can be represented on the number line are known as real numbers. Okay, just write down this definition. Write down this definition. So thank you students, I think this is enough for today, for this part of the video. In the next part, firstly we will summarize all the definition, we'll classify all the classification of number. Okay, we will study in one flow chart. Okay, and after that we will see the topics that is given in this chapter. Okay, so thank you students, have a nice day. Thank you.